His poll numbers in this still young presidency have hit another new low, 36.4% in a new Zogby poll. Worse, key constituencies, women and independents, are abandoning him, disappearing like items on grocery store shelves. This series of pictures was tweeted by journalist Cheryl Atkinson, where she shops. "I've never seen empty shelves like this in my lifetime," she writes. That, while a passenger tweets audio over this announcement from an airport PA system. "Empty shelves, Joe, please meet your party."
Airport is paging. Empty shelves, Joe. Please meet your party at oversized baggage.
At another airport, the PA announces no mandates. "Please meet your party at the Southwest ticket counter."
No mandates. No mandates. Please meet your party, Southwest ticket counter.
This kind of comical, passive-aggressive resistance to the Biden agenda is spreading. It has disastrous consequences for the president, no more evident than in the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, where a shortage of dock workers has scores of ships anchored and idled, a key bottleneck in the supply chain problem. That, while Secretary of Transportation and new father Pete Buttigieg is AWOL, on paternity leave. And the man some say is really running the White House, Chief of Staff Ron Klain, endures ridicule for retweeting with an affirming this, a tweet that attributes economic malaise to high-class problems. "We wouldn't have had them if the unemployment rate was still at 10%. We would have instead had a much worse problem." Asked about Klain's retweet, the White House press secretary dug deeper.
What the point is here is that we are at this point because we've made progress in the economy. And what would be worse, in our view, is if the unemployment rate was at 10%, people were out of work, hundreds of thousands of people were still dying of COVID, and people weren't able to lose their homes. So that's the full context.
On Capitol Hill lies the other big roadblock. Senators Joe Manchin and Sinema are firmly anchored in their resistance to the one piece of legislation, the multi-trillion-dollar reconciliation bill, that could help turn around the president's faltering trajectory.
I cannot accept our economy or basically our society moving towards an entitlement mentality, that you're entitled, okay? I'm more the rewardee because I can help those who really need help if those who can help themselves do so.
Manchin's perspective is honed from representing a state rife with government dependence, citizens on the dole, and its resultant ravages of hopelessness, drug addiction, and opioid deaths. Sinema has told the Arizona Republic the $3.5 trillion cost of the bill is simply too high. In their resistance, they've won new friends on the GOP side of the aisle. The Hill reports Republican South Dakota Senator John Thune said, quote, "I tell them I think they are saving the country." Speaker Pelosi, always hesitant to acknowledge impending defeat, is spinning lowered expectations and a smaller dollar figure for the huge bill.
But the fact is that if there are fewer dollars to spend, there are choices to be made. And members have said, let's get the results that we need, but we will not diminish the transformative nature of what it is. I mean, we're still talking about a couple of $1 trillion, but it's not, it's more, it's much less. So mostly we would be cutting back on years and something like that.
But even $2 trillion is a massive expenditure. The American public may be inclined to put the brakes on something so transformative, in Pelosi's words, when the economy is already transforming in ways that few people like. Doug McKelway for the Washington Examiner.